He's giving speech number 2 in the Innovative Planning Program. And the purpose of this speech is to practice the skills needed to connect with an unfamiliar audience. The title of his speech is Advice from Walt.
You, Ron, for the warm introduction. At least, I hope so. About 6 years ago, my wife, Justin, who was just 27 at the time, started to develop pain in her legs, which she thought were really terrible shin splints. Despite treatments and physio, the pain increased, so much so that her mobility was significantly limited. Now she has to be in a wheelchair if she wants to go more than just a few feet. Let me tell you, we have seen a lot of doctors in the past 6 years, and they have helped us with many things, with treatment plans and ideas. But there has been one thing that they have talked about a lot that is something they can't write a prescription for. Our doctors have mentioned, now that they know that this issue is in fact an autoimmune circulatory problem, that weather in southern Alberta is not our friend. They've said, you need to go somewhere closer to sea level with milder winters. That is one of the primary reasons my family and I are currently camped out in Smoky, Oregon. I can assure you that relocating cross-border and starting a new job during a global pandemic has not been easy. But you know what I know? But you know what I do know? That when things get hard, that clever old devil of self-doubt can really creep in and whisper nasty, terrible things. You might not be experiencing the same challenges that I have right now, but I know that we all have burdens to bear and dark valleys to traverse. So how do we fight back against those nasty terribles? For me, I rely on the advice of a good friend. My friend is Walter Elias. Walter once said to me, "Today is a good day to try." He never said it would be easy. He never said it would go off without a hitch. He said, try. If you are a guest to one of our fantastic Dynamically Speaking Toastmaster meetings, you will get to see one of my favorite parts, table topics. Table topics is a fantastic exercise in practicing and learning how to speak, developing thoughts and a complete idea or story with a beginning, middle, and end without preparation. Is table topics frightful and hard? You bet it absolutely is. Is it useful for real life? Yes, because if you're like me, we have important conversations all throughout the day, most of which are not pre-written. Here at Dynamically Speaking, we almost always ask our guests in advance, would you like to try too? Because doing hard things is good for you. I mean, why not today? That first bit of advice from my friend Walter is fantastic. But to be honest, it is a little optimistic. And Walter isn't a rose-colored glasses kind of guy. He balances optimism with reality when he needs to. The next piece of advice that he has given me is sometimes the right path is not the easy one. That's true. There's a lot of wisdom to unpack there. I also really enjoy the thought from Abraham Lincoln, who is cited as writing, "My concern is not whether God is on our side, it is to be is it is to be on God's side, for God is always right. These two thoughts make me pause and think, am I spending enough time self-reflecting and setting my compass? And if not, I should be, because, the road ahead looks rough. But you know what? I can do hard things. You can do hard things because we're tough, right? Right. A couple of days ago, I left for a business trip, and my wife and kids are still living in a hotel a month after moving down here. Finding a short-term rental has been hard, and you know what? They are going a little bit crazy. Both Justin and I have been reflecting a lot about this final advice from Walter. Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. Because, what else are you going to do? You can't just take your ball and go home on life. So here we go. Sometimes you just got to keep taking steps forward. My friends, if you are struggling like I am right now, and you need to block out those nasty terribles, spend some time with Walter Elias. Yeah, Walter Elias Disney, that is, the founder of Disney. He has a lot of great advice and some really fantastic music to accompany it. Maybe even right after this meeting today, Quasimodo from the Hunchback of Notre Dame would say, why not try today? And even though Grandmother Willow from Pocahontas said the right path may not be the easy one, if you have Disney Plus, it is very, very easy to get advice from Walter. Anywhere on your phone to help you just keep swimming, as Dora of Finding Nemo fame would say, Mr. Toastmaster.